I've been in a bad place recently. I had addictions, my mental was in shambles, I thought life was meaningless, doomer vibes. But then I remembered a specific anime. Not one with a different message to all others, but one that, unlike many others, yelled at you and called your attention. It was slightly horny, fast-paced, and very, very loud. But the story it told was modern-day expansionism and secularism, spawning nihilism and depression, leading to reversion, and breaking through that reversion. Now, I know that's a lot of big words for a show about giant robots beating the bolts out of each other, but let me show you what I mean. We open on two boys, the outcast Kamina and the prodigy Simon. The world they know of is cramped, surrounded by walls, covered by a thick ceiling and shrouded in darkness. And did I also forget to mention the constant earthquakes? Being underground doesn't really help that. Kamina chases the outside world he's dreamed of, knowing he could only get there with Simon's help. It's a coming-of-age story, a long journey full of growth and potential. Throughout the first 8 episodes, Team Guurenn looks to be unstoppable. Kamina, the brazen, tactful, and strong leader, toppling everything that stood in his way. However, that flowering bud is then cut short. Along the way, an accident, a roadblock, an unforeseen outcome that nobody was prepared for, occurs. It was impactful and disheartening not only for the viewers, but the characters as well. Kamina is killed. Not in a grand fashion either. It started with a scream, then a groan, and his last breath was an encouraging farewell. Simon is left in shambles. Team Guurenn is falling apart, and Simon believes he is the one to blame. However, Kamina from the very beginning knew he wasn't the strong one. It was Simon. Kamina knew that he wasn't the gifted leader. It was Simon. Kamina knew only encouragement, and to draw out Simon's true strength was through that encouragement. After Kamina's death, Simon is still blind to that fact. Everyone is still blind to that fact, even when it was Kamina's dying words. This leads to Simon's overthinking, nihilism, depression. Him winning Guurenn that battle for the fortress is completely dismissed. The one to open his eyes was a stranger. A new perspective, someone who didn't know Kamina, only of him. Nia. It's through this that Simon learns his own personal value. Alright. Now here's a fact. It has been seen that fewer children are born in first world countries as compared to third world ones. Not only that, but since the 1960s, America's birth rate had been on the decline. Now if you were to go out and ask anyone why this is, some boomer would tell you, men are weak now, they don't know their crickets from their biscuits, or some shit like that. Sexual education, better healthcare, and infant mortality rates are a part of that, but what about those not married, those who aren't having children? It's nihilism. The root cause is nihilism, birthed from despair of knowing too much. By the time this video comes out, the beginning of summer heat wave will be over, and people will think climate change is still just some myth. There's your problem. Ignorance. People who only listen to what they want to hear are closed-minded and ignorant. That's the great part, though. No matter how much their surroundings change, they'll be in a blissful bubble, chasing instant gratification and desires. I'll tell you one thing though, those aren't the people who succeed. Success is bred from failure and depression. Those who don't follow desire, those who don't act in accordance with the rest of the population, they succeed. When Kamina repeatedly tried to break out of his underground cage, he was called stupid, but he kept pushing, taking that courage, empowering others to break free, and destroying what was commonplace. Kamina knew he wasn't strong. He was scared. That doesn't mean he gave up though. He kept pushing to achieve his dream no matter what, touching the hearts of those around him. From that, I learned lesson 1. No matter how hard it gets, don't stagnate. Don't become ignorant. Never give up. Willpower is your strongest asset. Throughout the anime, Kamina and Simon make stupid, brash decisions, charging headfirst into what could be certain doom. They know the consequences, but Simon continues to fight even after Kamina's death. That's willpower. That's progress. So what then? Never give up, is that it? After the time skip, the humans learn of peace, until a new threat emerges. Simon continues in Kamina's footsteps, pushing forward, until it doesn't work. Half of the city is now destroyed, Simon is imprisoned for war crimes, and all the while certain doom is headed towards Earth. Hope seems to be lost, but Simon shatters all of the anti-spiral plans, using the combined might of his once enemy. Destroying the anti-spiral armada before him, he chooses to extend further into the anti-spiral's domain, knowing that he has to overcome the final obstacle, until hitting a roadblock. Trapped by their own evolution of intellect, a perpetual cycle shrouds the vision of Team Guurenn, blocking what's important. But the connected soul that was within them, the soul of Team Guurenn, and all the fallen members guide them, overcoming the curse of intellect and striving beyond the impossible towards a better future, towards their dream. Throughout the entirety of Gurren Lagann, the characters are trapped and look to break out. That theme, put up to the curse of intellect, is your answer. It's my answer. If you're trapped within a physical cage, obviously you'd want to break free. However, when trapped in your own mental prison, many of us are discouraged, anxious, or stressed. When I think of depression, I think of addiction and anxiety. These are symptoms of a larger problem. The lack of care and passion when put through the current system from a young age, the question of the future becomes distant. I felt that I was either headed towards a life I wouldn't enjoy or a life of catastrophe, while those at the top continue to ruin the planet, yada 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 yada. You get the idea. But I started to think, what is my dream? I thought about it for a long time, and I stumbled across when I found it. And now I believe I will strive towards that goal and fulfill it, with the confidence attained through my past. Lesson 2 of what Gurren Lagann taught me was be mindful, remember where you came from, and strive for the dream. Instant gratification, bad diets, bad social circles, anxiety, all symptoms of a greater problem. The lack of dream and courage. If you made it this far into the video, you can do it. The responsibility is yours to achieve your dream. When you take care of yourself and your world, you will find happiness. That's the lesson of Gurren Lagann. To live in the moment, shape your world. You have the power to fulfill your responsibility. You will find courage in your memories. Share this video. Have yourself a damn good one. 316 out.